you guys, I'm in my plant porch today, and the reason I'm here is because this week on our parent resource page I put a link to what it's like to be a plant scientist, and there's many activities and links and videos you can go to and check out, and a project that you can do on there. But before you do that, I just wanted to show you today what I was doing with plants. My son Dante and I planted some seeds today, and we're going to show you how to do that. And we also took some little plants from a parent plant and started them in a pot, and we love to show you how to do that as well. So enjoy the video and then go to the parent resource page under the ESP tab to our link for plant scientist, and you get to think like a plant scientist all week. Have fun. Okay, so today we're going to be planting some plants. We're getting them started in my porch so that we can enjoy them later on the summer when it's safe to put them outside. Dante, do you want to show them the outside of the packet of what you're planting first? We're planting some green peppers, and what we've done is we have just filled up these trays full of soil, and we're going to plant peppers in them. We're going to be really careful to label them as well when we're done. We'll show you how to do that. But go ahead, Dante, and you can start planting. Put a few cells, or a few seeds in each of the cells. Push them down just a little bit and cover them with dirt. There you go. You can see that we planted these in little containers that have 6 little compartments in them in each. And those are mostly just tomatoes and peppers we just planted, and then we labeled the sides so that we remember what we have. And then underneath that we actually have a heating pad that is just for plants. It's not the kind that you use for medical uses, but you can get it for plants, and it will gently heat the bottom of this and help these germinate and grow quickly. We're just going to gently water in these new seedlings these seeds that we put in here. Dante is just pouring a little bit of water over the top of them and getting the soil nice and moist. The thing I want to show you guys is I'm also starting plants in here that don't have any of these little trays, and I'm just starting them for seedlings for outside because it's too early in the spring here in April to start them directly outside. So I made this little thing out of popsicle sticks, or tongue depressors, and it's just gonna make my nice rows in my tray for me where I'm gonna place all my seedlings. One of the things I'm gonna want to remember when I'm doing this is I'm going to want to remember to label what's coming up so that I know what's going to be growing in my garden this summer, so I know what each of the little seedlings are going to be. One of the things you guys are going to get to see in the plant video for this week is how young plants might look similar or different to the adult plants that they come from. They might have some of the same characteristics, or they might look quite different. So the ones that come up aren't going to look just like the ones that are going to be growing outside. So some of the seeds you can buy directly in a store, and I'm just going to lightly seed them into their little rows here. These are marigolds. They're really extremely easy to grow and start inside, and they're very pretty, and they keep away insects from your garden in the summer. So I always start a few of these in the springtime, and I have a few different types. I'll just gently cover those up. I'll go right to my next row and plant a few of these again. So you can buy seeds in packets just like this from the store, from a catalog, or online. You even see them sometimes in a grocery store. And you could start them in trays, or if you have just paper cups with a little bit of potting mix, that works great too. Just make sure you punch a few holes in the bottom of your cup for drainage. Another way to get seeds instead of buying them at the store is actually harvesting your plants from the year before. And this is one of my favorite annuals. The common name is Love Lies Bleeding, and as you can see, even as I shake it, little seeds are falling off of it. And so I'm just going to take it, it's dried, it's from last year, and I'll show you what happens when I roll it in my hand. It breaks into these little pieces, and I'm not going to separate out the flower part that's dry from the seed, but there are seeds in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant this. It's what I harvested from last year. And so I'm just going to stick those as well in these little rows. And I could probably even just plant the whole head of the flower and get a good result too. But this way, I'm growing, and I didn't have to buy it. It came from my own garden. So maybe this fall, you guys will get to go see what we could harvest from the gardens even in our area that we could replant at ESP next spring. And that would be a fun experiment too, to see what holds over really good and what doesn't. So this one is called Love Lies Bleeding, and it's one of my favorites, so I make sure that I save my own seed every year just in case I can't find it in a nursery or in seed packets, because sometimes that does happen. So the last step in this, after we've watered and you guys can see that we have labeled everything, is we're going to put the tops on them until they've sprouted. And so Dante's going to show us, they're just clear tops, and we're going to make our own little mini greenhouses this way. And I'll be in here every day to check on them to make sure that they don't need any water, that they're warm enough, that the soil is covering the seed, and that's all there's to it, and we're just going to wait. Last thing I want to show you guys today is things that aren't seeds. These are plants. This particular plant is called a spider plant, and it's not called that because it has spiders. It's just because the little shape of the offspring on it are like little spiders. And so I put one in water. I wanted to show you what the root system looks like. And that root system is beautiful, and it's ready to go into some soil. So I'm just gonna stick my hands right in there. It's okay to get dirty as long as you wash when you're done. I'm gonna put him in there. And then some of the others I'm not gonna even put in soil. They're just ready to be clipped off. You can see this right here. There's no root on this yet, but if I stick him in here in damp soil, he's going to root in there. And I'm gonna have a beautiful big plant out of the few babies that I have growing on here. And you guys are gonna be able to see that in the next few weeks of how beautiful this plant is going to be. So I'm just gonna stick those in there just like that. We're gonna keep him very well watered, and we're going to see what becomes of this. In the next few weeks' time, we should have a beautiful big new parent plant. One other step that's really important, you guys, for any kind of plant scientist, is to keep records of what you do. And this really neat journal, I'm just gonna set them on top of here, is a journal that you can keep on gardening. And I happen to write in this one already today what we planted and the date. And the other thing I keep inside my journal until the next year are all my my plant packets, so I can see exactly what I planted and when. I put the date on those as well, and I'll stick them in this book, and I can refer to it anytime I need.